The Internet is the largest and most versatile source of information in the world. The World Wide Web is a global system of interconnected computer networks that link several billion devices worldwide. It has become a revolutionary tool that has changed the way people look and find information daily. It now gives you the ability to look up and view almost anything you want, and has also become a way of communicating with people in places all around the world. Since its birth in 1992, created by Robert E. Kahn and Vint Cerf, it has come a long way. Daily there are approximately 3 billion users, and numbers are only rising. Although the internet can be extremely helpful and fun, it can also be extremely addicting. My name is Ryan Hamilton, and today I will be discussing internet addiction. The internet is constantly being updated with the newest edition of news and daily trends. However, there are many people who spend a great deal of their time using the internet. The development of the smartphone has allowed people to make this technology portable, also allowing them to access the internet more often. In 2008, a random telephone survey in the States took place. It showed that 60% of Americans have computers, and 55% of them are connected to the internet. As well, it showed that 0.3 to 0.7% of these Americans were addicted to the internet. This addiction can also be associated with dementially measured depression, being less socially active, and lacking social support. It is extremely difficult to place internet addiction into an addiction category because there has been little to no research in the field. Internet addiction may be taking a bigger toll on people than we even realize. There are many people who are constantly spending their time on the internet, which is resulting in neglecting other important activities in their lives, such as socializing, keeping active, working out, or even work itself. 2,513 random adults were selected for a questionnaire recently, and it was reported that 69% of these people were regular internet users, and 5.9% stated that their relationship suffered due to this excessive use. Many people do not even realize that there is such a problem with internet addiction because it'll usually take place behind closed doors where nobody can notice. Even symptoms that are associated with internet addiction, such as financial struggles, social isolation, and lack of sleep, are mostly out of the public eye. There are many different views on the classification of internet addiction. Many have linked internet addiction to other addictive disorders alongside alcohol and drug use, whereas others have found it corresponding to obsessive compulsion disorders and certain impulsive control disorders. There are also many terms that have been used to describe this addiction. The most popular are problematic internet use and impulsive or compulsive internet use disorder. Dr. Kimberly S. Young of the University of Pittsburgh conducted one of the most extensive studies on internet addiction to date. She believes that 8 to 14% of adolescents who use internet or video games experience internet addiction. She also shows that China, Korea, and Taiwan are countries that are being affected the most by internet addiction. Korea is one of the countries that are actually attempting to aid people with this addiction more than others. They have over 500 hospitals and units where they are treating internet addictions and have incorporated internet addiction prevention programs in all schools. The U.S. is arguably just as affected by these disorders, but isn't considered a silent addiction because it often goes unnoticed and is mostly done behind closed doors. Whereas in Asia, there are many more internet cafes and other areas strictly designated for internet use. Many people who experience internet addiction suffer from low self-esteem or are socially awkward. These people tend to have issues with becoming the ideal person they want to be, which results in them creating a new life on the internet. Second Life is a perfect example of this. It is an online video game that allows users to create virtual representations of themselves, or representations of whom they wish they would be, called avatars. These avatars are able to interconnect with others, places, or objects. They can explore the world and meet other people's avatars, socialize, participate in individual and group activities, build, create, shop, and trade virtual properties and services with one another. In other words, it literally lets you do whatever you want, but it's online instead of in real life. This allows users to become the person they want to be, but may not be able to do in real life. The more time that the user spends on the game, the more they will excel in bettering their character, which will result in dominance and respect from other online peers. This vicious cycle is what draws users into spending more time playing the game, perhaps because they have more fun and enjoy it more than they do in their real life. When using the internet, it can be capable of being one of the most useful tools. However, when overused, it can provide a negative effect. Many people do not understand that internet addiction can affect not only their lives, but other people's as well. As stated earlier, 0.3 to 0.7% of Americans are addicted to the internet, and the numbers are only going up. There are people who do not believe that internet addiction become a problem, but with the abundance of technology that can be found almost anywhere these days, it can be hard to say no. Many people think that there is no harm in the internet because it allows you to gain knowledge and useful information, but there are people that are not able to say no to abusing this powerful web tool.